Okay, so I'm back with Sagittarius rising. Oh my goodness, where should I start? I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't nothing like a good old Sagittarius rising to make it all possible. To encompass the vision. Like you, Sagittarius rising, you're the vision. Like you are literally the walking, talking embodiment of forward movement, forward thinking, like could be very Sagittarius risings could be just brilliant people. It's your nature. I also notice this because Sagittarius rising individuals has this thing with people, has this thing where um people, it's kind of like what I said to the Virgo rising, okay? But it may be a little bit different. People often see you as one way, envision you, because remember we're talking about vision. Envision you as one way. Um, and mind you, Sagittarius rising can have a problem with vision too. But seeing you as one, especially, I'm being very intuitive right now, especially if you get to the point where the universe is like, hey, we need you to see something that you're not seeing. You think you're looking at with your physical eye, but it's like, no, they're trying to take you to the soul, like the third eye or higher, and it's beyond the physical eye, you know. But anyways, having certain issues with blurred vision sometimes or something like that. But people sometimes see Sagittarius risings as very adventurous, forward moving, the type that has different types of experiences. And you have to have these type of experiences so that you're able to, you get to go. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna explain like this. You get to go to the promised land. You would have been Moses. Okay? Moses had to have been a Sagittarius rising. You would have been Moses. You would have been Martin Luther King Jr. You're just like, okay, listen, don't be sitting up here saying that I'm going to be the person that see the vision, see what's going to happen, but might not make it there for what's to come. Possibly so. Possibly so. But that's not the point. Metaphorically is what I'm speaking of. Because what it is that you're here and you're in the existence right now. You're in this world right now. You're in the earth plane, the earth field, this dimension. You know what's outside of this dimension. Like you look around, you see people running around hooping, hollering, living their life, scared to experience, not understanding that it's more out there, never left the front door of their home or like the vicinity of like their surroundings, whatever. But you're just like, so you see this, but you know the capability of people. You know where we're supposed to go. You know where we're supposed to get to. And because you can vision it. You know this. You know this intuitively. You know this on a higher level. You know this. You can see it. Now, your problem is you got to let these people know what you see. But come here with me. Because imagine you doing your job, you letting these people know what you see, but these people don't get it for some reason. They're like, oh my God, like what is the Sag Rising talking about? Like what are they talking about? Like now, I'm going to tell you the good thing about yourself. You have the ability, this is why, this is Sagittarius energy, to connect with other people. So if there is any type of hardship you're having with bringing the vision to other people, it's because you have to question yourself, okay, so why am I not connecting with people? Am I too far out there? Like, how do I connect this vision, what I understand, what I see to the people? How? Sagittarius suns can do this rather well. You see what I'm saying? So depending on what sun sign you're dealing with, that could be also, what's interfering. So don't be too hard on yourself. But it's a task. Because you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, that's when you get more into philosophy. Being the person that's willing to develop new philosophies and expand upon information. See, I once had this guy, somebody that, this into astrology some years back, where they were talking about how, because you know how the opposite of Sagittarius is Gemini, and blah, 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 but they were talking about how Sagittarius is the one, or Jupiter, is the one with the information that gets the knowledge and provides the knowledge to other people, and whatever. And in Mercury is the messenger that takes those messages and information to other people, and they do the bidding for the kings and the queens and the royalty and the people that needs to get this information out or whatever. And I was like, I beg to differ. Because you got to think about it like the mind space is really the opening, is really the gateway to our existence. So anytime you're starting with new knowledge and new information, it has to be somebody that carries the front runner of it. So Sagittarius picks it up, and this is why Jupiter is in an expansion and big, and a big planet, and it expands on the information, having it really reach more people at any given time. So it's like, hey, let's take this information and let's build something like a university, like a church or cathedral, whatever, to where we can house more people. Even like the internet. Now, the internet, I would say, is mostly Aquarius more, but not all the way, not necessarily. I think the mechanisms of the internet is the interactions. I don't know, the affiliations and stuff like that. That could be more Aquarius, but the internet itself is like a vehicle. It's like a building that's expanding inwardly. I don't know. But that's what Sagittarius rising does. Sagittarius rising is like, okay, so now I have to put myself in a position to philosophize. Is it? Philosophize. Gosh, I ain't even gonna be trying that. This, so what you would do as a Sagittarius rising, especially in this day and age, you would be like, how can I create something to get this information out, to teach people, to broadcast this? So you would do things like I do, right? Like I'm doing right now. You would do things like maybe building your own community, or like, it's not even a community, but I'm talking about like a community of information, like putting things in books or ebooks on a website. Sorry. Sagittarius risers are perfect for this. Like, people see you, they see you as kind of like really, in a weird way, there's an offbeatness to you that really commands people to follow and to take on. Like, if you be like, okay, you don't even gotta say anything. You could be like, well, shoot, I'm about to wear these glasses. You might start seeing people show up in glasses. Now, Sagittarius sun has the ability to be like, if you think about Jay-Z, okay, we ain't wearing throwbacks. We wearing button downs. You feel what I'm saying? Button ups. I mean, we wearing collar shirts. And people started doing that. Sagittarius rising is like, okay, well, I'm just kind of dressing for myself, and I just want to make sure I show up good, and people start following that. But people don't understand like the type of studying, like in time that Sagittarius rising puts into learning things. And I'm talking like to the point, and okay, and furthermore taking your vision and you're like manifesting it physically, like through writing, through detail, you know, through teaching it to others. A lot of Sagittarius are like hermits to other people. Like they see you, you seem fun, you seem like a lot of, you know, like you always got a lot of stuff going on, but people see you like, dang, but Sagittarius rising seems like kind of a loner. Like you can go off and do your own thing at any given time, and you're very helpful, and you can use this information to be helpful to other people. People don't, you're just like, baby, that ain't necessarily my job. You're like the executive. You like, baby, it ain't necessarily my job to do the small work. I've done it. I've done the small work. So you guys could have like climbed ranks, went through lots of schooling. You see what I'm saying? But people see you as like sometimes like a hermit type energy. They see you as, they could try to use you for what you have and what you know and what you have, until they see like you could be really detached and you can like move past things real, you know, you're equipped to be able to do this. But like, okay, I'm about to move past this situation. So people see you like you could go in at the drop of a dime. But you love what you do and you're very into it, and you're there when you're there until you discover something different, something new that is like, okay, well, I can release this, or like, no, this, we're not gonna completely throw this information away, but we are going to expand on it. So yes, moving forward, thinking, you know, some Sagittarius risings, depending on the sun sign, is like really iconic. You can be critical, but you're heavily critical of yourself as well, just like a Virgo rising. Heavy critical of yourself and your work. Sometimes you won't even put certain stuff out because you take too much time criticizing it. And, you know, trying to be like, okay, I got to get it perfect. And you got to stop doing that, Sagittarius rising. You got to stop doing that. But you're here. You embody the vision of the future. You see it. You know, you're painting the picture for other individuals as well. So you're not to be held down. You're not to be held back, because sometimes Sagittarius risings gets in this thing to where they're like, you're supposed to expand, but you don't allow yourself to do it for various reasons. You know, getting out your comfort zone, you know. But you're made to have different experiences, because you ultimately come and you teach the people about it. You're multicultural, multidimensional. You go in and out of dimensions, having experiences. Some of you guys can have visions like dreams, to where it's so vivid, and so you wake up and you're like, wow, wait, what does this mean? Like, what? So you're seers, ultimately. All right, Sagittarius rising, this is Butterfly, and like take time to subscribe to my channel, because I will return. Peace.